Hello students, today we are going to learn about the process of translation. Now we know that the genetic codon is in triplet, it is unambiguous, it is universal, it is degenerate, but how it is going to make, how this triplet is taking the information to form the different amino acids and who is doing this all we will learn in the next, the third process of central dogma, that is translation. Now, before understanding the process of translation, we should learn what is the structure of transfer RNA. Because transfer RNA is playing a very important role in bringing the amino acids, required amino acids for the process of protein synthesis. For synthesis of the proteins, amino acids are required, and the amino acids are selected as per the triplet code, the code which are present, and we have seen that every code is coding for one amino acid. Now that amino acid has to be brought together, and then only the protein can be formed, because protein is a polymer of amino acid. By a protein, the amino acids are joined together by peptide bonds to form a polypeptide, that is protein. So this all work is done by the transfer RNA. And this transfer RNA is, and that's why it is called adapter molecule. On one hand, it has got two main ends. One hand, it reads the genetic code. Now, what transfer RNA is doing? It is reading the genetic code from the messenger RNA. And on the other hand, it binds to specific amino acids. That means at one end, it is bringing the amino acid, and the second end is reading the code on the messenger RNA. Now, this transfer RNA has an anticodon loop. There is a loop which is called anticodon loop. This has bases complementary to messenger RNA code and an amino acid acceptor end. Two ends are there, anticodon loop and amino acid acceptor end. At amino acid acceptor end, it binds to the corresponding amino acid. Just see this. This is transfer RNA. The structure, if you see, it is like a clover leaf and inverted L. So it has got one end is this, and this is called anticodon loop. This is one end. And another end is this, where it is taking the amino acid. So here it is taking the required amino acid, and here you will find the anticodon. Why anticodon? Means opposite the codon. This is the messenger RNA. Now suppose messenger RNA has the code AGU. So what should be the code on the transfer RNA? UCA. This is as per the complementary base pairing. So this code which is present on the transfer RNA is anticodon. It is called anticodon. It is to crack the code. Now here you will find the amino acid which is for this code AGU. AGU is for this amino acid. UCA is for this amino acid. So whatever amino acid the messenger RNA is coding for, the anticodon will be bought by the transfer RNA. And at the same time, the transfer RNA will bring the amino acid also. So this is the structure of amino acid, the transfer RNA. So two ends, one is anticodon loop and second is amino acid acceptor end. This is anticodon loop and this is amino acid acceptor end. Initiation transfer RNA. Now this transfer RNA is essential for initiation of translation. And as I told you, the start codon is always AUG. So what will happen? Methionine to the messenger RNA. So, and there are no transfer RNAs for stop codon. Three codons are not coding for any amino acid, and similar at the same time there are no transfer RNA for those codons. Otherwise, there are transfer RNA for all the codons. So all are coding for amino acid, and all are having anticodon loop, and the initiation transfer in the methionine amino acid. So this is called initiation transfer RNA. Now, how the process of translation actually takes place. Now, translation is taking place through the messenger RNA. So, messenger RNA has the information with him. Now, the messenger RNA is going to transfer this information to the amino acids. Amino acids will come together as per this information, and then they will form the protein. So this messenger RNA contains the genetic information, which is translated into the amino acid sequence with help of transfer RNA. Amino acids are polymerized to form a polypeptide. Now these amino acids which have come together as per the triplet codons, they will join together by peptide bonds, and then they will form a polypeptide. So amino acids are joined by peptide bonds. Now what happens? First of all, charging of transfer RNA takes place. Now what is charging? Charging is amino acylation of transfer RNA. What is this? The amino acids are activated in the presence of ATP, because this whole process requires energy. So energy is provided by ATP. So what happened? What will happen? The amino acids get activated, and they will take the energy from the ATP, and they will link to the corresponding transfer RNA. So the specific amino acid will come and join the transfer RNA. This is called charging of transfer RNA. And what happens in this? Amino acylation takes place. The amino acid will come and join the transfer RNA as per the anticodon present on the transfer RNA. Now ribosomes. Now where actually this thing is, translation is taking place? Translation is taking place at ribosomes, and ribosomes are the workbench for translation. Now ribosomes are having two subunits. 50 is the large subunit, 30 is the small subunit. So large subunit and a small subunit. Now smaller subunit comes in contact with messenger RNA. Now, if this messenger RNA after transcription has come out from the nucleus in case of eukaryotes, and now it is in the cytoplasm. So, in cytoplasm, this messenger RNA will go and will come in contact with the ribosomes. Now, these ribosomes are having larger unit, subunit as well as smaller. So, it will come in contact with the smaller subunit, and it will initiate the process of translation. Now, translational unit in a messenger RNA is a region flanked by start codon and stop codon. Now, as there was in a promoter region and terminator region in transcription, here there are start codon and stop codon. So translation will start from the start codon, that is AUG, and when there is stop codon, no transfer RNA is there for the stop codons. So no transfer RNA will come, and the protein chain will be complete. The amino acid chain will be completed, and that would be the protein. Now there are certain untranslated regions also, and these regions are present on messenger RNA that are not themselves translated. Means there are some sections on messenger RNA which are not being translated. Translated means they are not coding for protein, but they are required for efficient translation process. So they may be present before the start codon, or they may be present after the stop codon. So they are called UTR, untranslated regions. Now these untranslated regions, like in transcription also we saw that structural gene is present, and there are certain regulatory genes which are present before the promoter region or after the terminator region. Similarly, these untranslated regions on messenger RNA are present, which are not translating, which are not coding for any protein, but they are required for the efficient translation process, and they are present before the start codon or after the stop codon. Start codon is at 5 prime and stop codon 3 prime. Now, initiator transfer RNA recognizes the start codon. Now, what will happen? The initiator transfer RNA will bring the methionine with it, and it will recognize the start codon, that is AUG. Now, what will happen? It will bring the start, it will come and join with that start codon. The transfer RNA amino acid complexes bind to their corresponding codon on the messenger RNA, and base pairing occurs between codon on messenger RNA and transfer RNA anticodon. Now here the base pairing will occur between messenger RNA and transfer RNA. Messenger RNA is having one code and the anticode is present on the transfer RNA. So the complementary base pairing will take place between messenger RNA and transverse RNA. Now what will happen? Transfer RNA moves from codon to codon on the messenger RNA. Messenger RNA is moving on the smaller unit, and the transfer RNA will come and bring the required amino acid, and then slowly and slowly these amino acids will get joined together with the help of peptide bonds, and the energy for these peptide bonds are because of that charging of the amino acylation. The charging was done on earlier, no, when the amino acid comes and joins. So that charging would give the energy for the formation of this peptide bonds. So the peptide bonds would be formed between the amino acids, and the protein is formed. Then there is a release factor which binds to the stop codon. When the stop codon comes, when there is no transfer RNA for that codon, then there is one factor which binds to the stop codon, and that terminates the translation process. So here also 3 processes are taking place for translation. One is initiation, that is done by the start codon. Second is elongation. The transfer RNA will bring the amino acids, and it will keep on adding the amino acids, that is called elongation. And when the stop codon comes, the release factor will bind to the stop codon, and it will terminate the process of translation. Now see how it is happening. This diagram will make it more clear. This is your messenger RNA. Okay. Now this is messenger RNA. This is transfer RNA. Transfer RNA is having the anticodon loop. Now this anticodon loop is having the bases, complementary bases, as per the code which is present on the messenger RNA. Now this is AGU, and this AGU here it is UCA. So it is complementary base pairing between the messenger RNA and the transfer RNA. Now this will bring the amino acid. Now this amino acid is present at the another end of the transfer RNA. Now this amino acid is specific for this code which is present on the messenger RNA. Now this amino acid, the different amino acids will come by different transverse RNA. Now ultimately what will happen? They will keep on moving, and one by one the amino acids will join the bonds. So this chemical bond is formed between this and this. Then the chemical bond will be formed between this and this. And these amino acids will keep on joining with each other by peptide bonds. So here, this is the growing protein. They will come and move, come and move, come and move, and they will keep on adding the amino acids. So these are the amino acids which are being joined by this peptide bonds. And this is how the protein molecule is growing. Now what will happen? The stop codon will come, and once the stop codon comes, there is no transfer RNA for stop codon, so no transfer RNA will come. Stop codon will be assisted, will be binded by the release factor, and that release factor will initiate the releasing of this protein. So this protein will be released into the cytoplasm. This is the ribosome. This is the smaller unit of ribosome, and this is the bigger unit of ribosome. And this messenger RNA is moving on the smaller unit of the ribosome. That's why we say ribosomes are the sites for the protein synthesis. So this is how the protein synthesis takes place on ribosome. Now this was the central dogma: DNA, transcription, RNA, messenger RNA, and this translation takes place in the cytoplasm. This takes place in the nucleus in case of eukaryotes. So genes are simply codes for making polypeptides. So what are genes? Genes are coding for proteins, polypeptides. And where are DNA stored? DNA is stored in the nucleus, yet the polypeptide is produced in the cytoplasm by the ribosomes. Messenger RNA is a message from the nucleus to the ribosome. Instructions for how to put the polypeptide together. The messenger RNA is bringing the code for all the amino acids which are required for that particular protein. And this genetic code is the sequence of bases on messenger RNA. This tells the ribosome which amino acids to use for making protein. See this. This is the nucleus. From DNA, the transcription has taken place. After transcription, this is the heterogeneous nuclear messenger RNA. After splicing, tailing, and capping, it will come out as mature RNA from the nucleus. Once it comes out, it will move in the cytoplasm, and in cytoplasm, it will find the ribosomes. Now, ribosome, smaller unit, it will come and start moving. Now, these are the transfers RNA which are present here. They will get themselves charged. They will bring the required amino acid as per the code here on the messenger RNA, and then they will bring the amino acid here. And once the amino acid come together, a bond will form between two amino acids, and that bond is peptide bond. And when many amino acids are joined together, the protein molecule will keep on growing. See there, small beads you can see. These are the amino acids, and this is the protein which is formed. Now from here, the transfer RNA is coming and then going, coming and going. So ultimately what will happen? The stop codon will come on the messenger RNA. And once the stop codon will come, there is no transfer RNA which will come for that. The release factor will come, and that will release this protein. And this protein is formed after translation.